that something happens and the government changes, and you have your treasury bond certificates, and you have your 100 million with them, is it safe? Can you like reclaim it? I guess that's what it was about exactly.
Now, the deposit protection what again? Fund is basically for commercial banks. My job, I worked with a bank called International Credit Bank, that I joined that bank in 1996. In 1998, that bank closed. Okay? So I came to work, and there were police all over. They had closed the bank. Now, in that year, in 1999, they also closed the Cooperative Bank. Some of you may not be knowing this. Cooperative Bank was also closed. Greenland Bank was also closed. The bank that was a building that is opposite Bank of at the corner. How many of you know that building? When you're branching Central Bank, then you're branching back to the old taxi park, there's that building, tall. That's where I used to work before I got married. So, if you have a reason why a bank is because they don't have enough cash to manage the business. You understand?
Yeah.
They have invested, they have given people loans, and the people have failed to what? To pay back the loans. So now, if you come in with your money and you want to draw 100 million shillings, the bank doesn't have the what? That money.
100 million.
Because they have lent the money to people who have not yet paid back. So now, if that situation continues for a very long time, Bank of Uganda comes to assess the operations of the bank. And one of the recommendations is we just close what? This bank. Recently, Crane Bank was closed. The same what? Issues. Now, if you have 500 million shillings and the bank is closed, that means the bank does not have that money to pay you. They may require that bank to first collect all the loans, sell the property, then depending on how much they have, that's when they can pay you that what? Money. But they said to safeguard that, for you to lose your money, the bank has closed, have 30 million shillings, you cannot access that money. The security fund comes in and say, now, you know what? We've kept this money somewhere. We can pay you for the time being what? 10 million shillings. You wait for the other 20 million. We don't know when it will what? It will come. It will only come after what they call the liquidation have come to recover the property bank. That's when they will pay you. Now, on government, the assurance I got on government is the central bank is like an independent institution.
Okay.
It's an independent what? Institution. In fact, it is a banker to government. Government banks with what? Central bank. Banks bank with what? Central bank. So it is an independent institution. So if there is a change of government, there is security that is independent from central bank. Central bank has to preserve your money. It's central bank that manages the reserves of the country. Yeah. Do you understand? The reserves in terms of gold, the gold deposits that the country has, it is Bank of Uganda that manages them. It's not NRM government or whatever government or UPC for that matter. It is the central government that preserves the wealth of a country. It's the one that determines the currency and the strength and the foreign reserves. When Mutebire went and got the reserves and bought the choppers, so people complain and say now, government is the only mistake probably is when politics begin to maneuver and now once a government begins to interfere with the central bank, do you know what is going to happen? That the economy is going to crash. It happened in Zimbabwe. Mugabe just began to print his own money, began to manage central bank is an independent institution and is the one that holds the wealth of the country. It knows the reserves that we have. It knows the amount of money that we have in terms of supply and how much money is in circulation. And of all that money, how much money comes from foreigners. You understand? Now this is
Okay.
a whole subject on banking.
Okay. We are not going to accept ourselves to go there. We shall stay here on the treasury bills and bonds. Do we have any other question? Anybody else want to know something? Yes, Kata, then sister.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, bonds are for long term. So, they pay you every 6 months. 6 months. So, if you put your treasury of 100 million and they're paying you 16%, Uganda is going to pay you, of course, 16 million for 1 year, is going to pay you 8 million every 6 months. So, if you put a treasury bond on January, in June, it's going to pay you 8 million shillings. In December, it's going to pay you another what? 8 million shillings. Until your treasury bond matures. With treasury bills, after 3 months, they pay you 100 and they also pay interest. Your account is closed. The deal is done, so you can go back for a fresh deal. Okay? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Now, this is very important. That's why a will is. Now, if you have 100 million shillings, you have 100,000 shillings in treasury. But now, the only that Bank of Uganda has is your account. So, if you're not there and you've died, and your money and you want to go and get your money, that's why it's important that you have a will. Number one, and then number two. When you pass away, the people at the who will bury you will get your hair, and people in charge of your hair. Now, those people are supposed to process your death certificate, and after death certificate, you get a letter of administration. That letter of administration is given to you by the administrator. So the administrator, as far as so and so is concerned, who passed on such a date, all his property is going to be managed by so and so. It could be managed by a person, maybe the wife, or managed by 4 people. Whenever you die, they will take a statistics of all the property you have, compile the minutes. So you go with that minutes and present the administrator general. The administrator general that this person died, he had money on. Or even if nobody knows that he has money, with that letter, go to the bank. This person was your customer. Have any? You can be shocked that shillings. That gives you the power to access all person's money. Government, Bank of Uganda, whether in the West, to access Jesus' name.
Already 9.
Yes. I told you any account. Any account is a bill. But if you have an account that qualifies you to million shillings, money abroad and receive abroad, qualifies you to many things. So there is a lot. Most people have account holding. Do not. I could probably tell you. Maybe we could make time to discuss how to do business with account and do business in Japan. You don't carry money to go and cars. You in the comfort of your account, And and Paul, then with PayPal, they document from Japan. And then you get a call after 2 weeks. Qatar? Yes. Your item cost. Can you come and pick it? Have what? Count.
Okay.
When they give you ATM like this, most of those ATMs have what they call Visa. That Visa, an international, you can buy anything from anywhere in the world. All you need to look at your ATM behind. There is a long digit, and then there are things. So every time you do PayPal, they will ask you, how are you going to pay for this thing? Are you using Visa or you are going to pay using Mastercard? So that Visa, then they will ask you how much money I send shillings to buy this item. I want a car at how much? At 1 million shillings. You punch parap. Like this. Next notification you see, they have 15 million shillings off your account. Goes directly to. Those are the benefits you have about.
Okay, yes, you qualify for it once you have a bank. That is just it is. I think we cannot go this. If you need an envelope to give your tithe, of just shoot and you shoot one.
Amen.
Yeah, I think there